Last time on Out Chasing Stars, the remaining few items got crossed off our Nosy Bee to-do list. We paddled quite a ways in a Malagasy canoe to get up close and personal with more incredible wildlife. The view from the top of Mont Passot was a gorgeous place to take in a sunset, but perhaps the most exciting of all, we finally got a good whale shark encounter in the wild. It had been a productive couple weeks, but the time had come to start heading south again.
Where are we off to today, babe?
We're going to Hellville to clear out.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, holy smokes.
Yeah, kind of crazy. I think we've crossed off just about everything on our to-do list in Madagascar.
I mean, we did a lot of good things.
Yeah. Now, we have to be a little tricky getting out of here because we say clear out. There's not a whole lot of options for getting down the coast, is there?
Yeah, crossing the Mozambique Channel is pretty tricky, so we are leaving the Nosy Bee area. Actually, I can't even say that because I don't know what time we're going to get done clearing out today, but we're going to do the formalities and then head south along the coast. And yeah, most boats congregate in a spot called Valley Bay to wait for the weather to be good to cross the Mozambique Channel, so that's our end goal.
We'd left early in the morning and had lots of fishing nets to avoid along the way. Once we arrived back into Hellville, we met up again with Jimmy, who would once again guide us through the bureaucracy needed to officially clear out of Madagascar.
How's it going so far, babe?
Good. Immigration's done. We got our cool stamp. And now we're waiting on port control, port authority.
Yeah, but you technically have to go back to the immigration. They still have our passports, so I'd like to get those before we leave.
Fine.
That went quite a bit smoother than our clear-in process, mostly because the port captain was on the island this time, so that always helps. It was 35,000 Ariari to the port captain to clear out, 80,000 to immigration. So we've got all that finished now. We got clearance for like 4 o'clock this afternoon, so we've got enough time to get back in and get a little more diesel, do a little more shop, top up on internet, so got a couple last YouTube videos to upload. The important things to get done before leaving the country. South Africa would be our next major stop, and we weren't sure exactly how long it would take to get there, so we wanted to be very well provisioned. We hired a tuk-tuk for a few hours and were incredibly productive. The supermarket was good for some basic staples, but the local market was definitely the place to go for all the fresh fruit and veg. Satisfied we wouldn't starve, we left Hellville and sailed over to Russian Bay for one night in order to get the boat all prepped. The next day, we started moving south. The day has finally come to officially begin our trek down the coast of Madagascar.
Yeah.
We did a quick little stop last night in Russian Bay just to get out away from Hellville. Went in for a quick swim this morning to clean the bottom, and now we're heading south.
Yes, and this coastline is gorgeous. It's a very rugged, but there's so many nice beaches, and I'm sure that, you know, tourists hardly ever see this area. It's beautiful.
I don't think a lot of people ever see this area other than people in boats, so it's
true.
It is quite nice. It's just a unique side of Madagascar.
Yeah.
And where are we headed to tonight?
We are headed into Honey River, which has another local name that's really long and complicated. I think it's Bee River. But it's named Honey River because they actually beekeep here and harvest the honey. Hopefully we can buy some. We heard from cruisers ahead of us that they're all out or something. But yeah, it's a nice place to duck in, very protected, and then, I don't know, are we gonna head down the coast again tomorrow?
I think so. Keep jumping down pretty quick, but I think our friends Carlos and Linda on Mirnioken are gonna be there waiting for us.
Mirnioken's here again.
Get a chance to spend at least another night with them, which will be awesome.
Yeah, I think, you know, maybe paella is in our future.
Oh, that poor Carlos. Every time we see him, it's like, Carlos, we want some paella because it's so delicious.
I love having Carlos cook in my galley.
As would become a theme moving down the Madagascar coast, the winds were incredibly light. We tried sailing as best we could, but with paella calling, we weren't willing to go too slow. The light airs did mean perfect drone flying conditions, and we got some incredible views of this gorgeous coastline. Once the anchor was down, Linda and Amy headed into the village in search of honey. Carlos and I elected to stay behind for some male bonding time over drones and PlayStation, and to prepare for another delicious Carlos-made meal.
I was saying that my galley is actually on another boat.
No,
In
this
Starry
one's
Horizons.
yours. Yeah.
This is what I mean. My
Oh.
galley is not in Mirniokian. My galley is in Starry Horizons.
Oh, and sweetie, how do you feel about that?
I mean, if he's making paella, I'm okay with it.
Only for the paella time. Yeah, I think I cook more in this boat than on my boat.
Poor Linda, poor Linda.
That's not true.
Carlos is a good sport about being willing to cook his delicious Spanish meals for us when we get together. Amy had found some huge prawns at the Hellville market, but we were apparently lacking all the ingredients for a true paella.
How's that paella coming, Carlos?
Today's
Well,
a bit more of a rice.
I was gonna say, yeah,
prawns.
we're generously calling it a paella. I know we don't have all the ingredients, but we're
It's
doing
a
the best
rice
we
with-
can in Madagascar.
Yeah, rice with prawns, and the prawns are looking beautiful.
Yeah.
They're big.
Oh yeah, that's tasty.
They're nice.
Conversation. Darling, we're waiting for the moment.
Dun 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 dun. Way! With a flourish and everything.
Like a matador. Wow.
Rice with prawns. Always better with friends.
The rice with prawns disappeared quite quickly. We did leave promptly the next day, but we'd managed to convince Carlos and Linda to come just a bit further south with us.
We got an early start this morning on our next leg down the coast here in Madagascar. We've been trying really hard to sail, but yeah, the wind's dead. Sailed at like 1 to 2 knots for a while. Wind's clocking around. Poor Genoa can't stay full now, so had to turn on that motor and keep on going. But you know, maybe we saved like a gallon of diesel. That feels good, I guess. And I think we are going to get one more night with Mirniokin tonight, so that's kind of exciting. We have been inundated with lots of charter boats, which I was not expecting here in Madagascar, but I guess a bunch of people are on the same path time we are, so we'll hang out with them for a little bit.
We may not have been sailing well, but for once, we had some fishing excitement to make up for it.
What's going on, babe? We get a fish?
Well, yeah, hopefully.
Looking positive,
The other one
promising?
going off?
I don't know,
No.
it stopped, but
Okay.
don't forget to turn the clicker off because people will leave comments.
There
Oh
we go.
my goodness. There's something fighting you,
Yeah.
and it's pretty calm out here. That's maybe an 1/8 of a meter waves.
I see you.
What do we got? What do we got? What has happened?
Lost our lure.
Jerk.
Yeah, big jerk.
That sounds like another fish.
Yes, it does.
Ooh, come on, fishy, come on, fishy.
Oh, I think I see it over there.
Yeah, that's not a positive sign with no tension on that rod.
I think we lost it. Let's
Yeah.
see if he stole our lure. We'd be really 0 for 2 today.
Okay, over 2 today.
Ooh.
Keep trying.
Keep trying.
We may not be having a whole lot of luck while fishing today, but we are trying our absolute best to sail whenever possible. So the land sea breeze effect is just so dominant here. It's now about 11 o'clock and the wind has swapped around completely. Earlier today it was coming in from our port side, is now coming from starboard. It just in the last couple of minutes has picked up from about 2 to 3 knots of true wind speed to now it's about 6, 7, or 8. So we've got the sails are up, the engines are off, and we're ghosting along at like 4 to 5 knots. Ghosting, maybe that's kind of the wrong word for it, but it feels a bit slow for us, but we're sailing, and I'll take not using the diesel. We were headed about another 30 miles south, down to nosy Antanimora, which was supposed to have a sand spit we could explore and some good hiking. We were both determined to sail as best we could, and found ourselves anchored together in another amazing part of Madagascar. The tides were just right, so we quickly got in Little Dipper and all headed ashore.
Oh, it's nice hard packed sand. You good, sweetie?
Yeah, I think we'll be fine here. Hey, wait up there. We gotta figure out where we are.
Oh, because you don't know the name of it, huh?
Yeah, I've got no idea. Oh boy. Oh, I just fell in the
David
crab
just killed
hole.
the crab.
My bad.
Antanimora.
Antanimora.
Antanimora is the name of the island.
All right, well that's pretty good. And it's got just this long sand spit, doesn't it?
Yeah, we're gonna walk down the sand spit. See what's at the edge of the world.
So we found the edge of the world in Madagascar, huh? All right, this is where it is. Everyone who's wondering.
Linda's skills with a camera are far beyond mine, and since we were in such a gorgeous place, I was happy to hand over filming duties.
Did you find a treasure?
Always finding treasure.
Oh yeah?
I think this is Amy's favorite thing to do on a beach.
Oh.
It's like of all the beaches I've been to, when I find something new, that's pretty cool.
So the friends, what is the plan?
I don't know how much more of a plan there is other than just enjoy the beautiful beach and admire Myrni and Starry Horizons sitting right next to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just talking about the plan. How far south do we go?
Yeah?
Yeah, because we have to split at some point. You have to go back north and we have to keep going, which I hate that part about the cruising life.
But we'll see each other again.
Another day?
Another bay.
Another bay. That's how it always works.
In Thailand we had this conversation and we thought we were not going to see each other until Caribbean, I think.
Caribbean, or yeah.
That was like 2020.
Or maybe we see you in a couple of days.
That's true. You may keep following for a little while longer. We're irresistible, you know. What can I say? This is a pretty absolutely magical beach. Just kind of jutting out into the water like this is really awesome. And it's so much fun being here with Carlos and Linda. I'm really gonna miss them when we have to split ways here in a little bit. But you know, the other thing that's just really kind of noteworthy about this beach, it's kind of a sad thing that is noteworthy, there's like no trash here. And it's been a long time since we've been on a beach just like that, but it feels so good. The sun and Starry right behind you. Woke up this morning and we are supposed to keep going south in preparation for getting down to Bali Bay and getting ready to cross Mozambique Channel, but this is likely where we're going to end up leaving Carlos and Linda, and I don't think we're ready to do that just quite yet. So we're gonna stick around here for one more day. I think we're gonna go do a little bit of snorkeling. The girls are talking about maybe a hike. We'll see how that all goes, but just not quite ready to say goodbye to our friends yet. So we'll enjoy one more day and then maybe leave tomorrow. Seeing some humpback whales come through the anchorage just reinforced that we made the right decision to stay. And the snorkeling wasn't bad either. That afternoon, the girls elected to hike to the top of the island, and I came close to losing the drone. It stopped transmitting a video feed, and I had to get Amy on the radio, giving me spotter directions to land it back on the boat. Disaster was averted, but there was no putting off the inevitable any longer. It was time to say goodbye to Carlos and Linda. Hey y'all, thank you for joining us on the first leg down the coast of Madagascar. Since I said first, we do have a second one coming up, so make sure you stick around, check that out. I gotta say, we were very glad that we decided to stay another day with Carlos and Linda. It's so much fun hanging out with them, and unfortunately, at least to this point, haven't had a chance to catch up with them again. So we know it's always another day, another bay. We will find them again somewhere else in the world, just not quite yet. So we've got more from Madagascar coming up, and then crossing the Mozambique Channel. Lots of serious sailing going on. Make sure you stick around, check it out. We'll see y'all next time.